Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Only Football. It's been 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, and I have to explain to you that we didn't take it. We took a week off. We didn't take an extra week off because United got absolutely fisted by Liverpool last week. But
2 weeks ago.
it was just, it was my 30th birthday. That's how I rung on my 30th. That's basically how I
pretty much.
had my birthday party. I went to bed at 6:15. I woke my ass up at 9:30 and got over to our friend's place and there you go. I woke up for that. I slept 3 hours to watch them get utterly fucking killed. What a humiliation, man.
No.
Mike's just dinking around the charger.
No, it's charging.
There you go.
Why is the light on?
So yeah, but it was a long weekend, and I stayed in, not because United got pumped, but just because
It just added there for the viewers. It was partly due. No, I'm kidding. It was not a good way
What was
to ring
partly
into
due?
The 5-0, the delay, the 2-week delay.
Well, I mean, there's more to talk about now because he's still in lots to unpack. It's been a bit for us, but he's still in a job. Somehow he's managed to escape the sack. Explain that to me, Michael. I mean, like, where is there's no ambition in this club at all, except for top four. That's all. That's clearly all that matters. It's not even like it's a one-off. Listen, you lose 5-0 at home to Liverpool, which has never happened before. Unless it's like 1930 or some shit like that. It just doesn't happen. And yes, okay. So like let's say that were to happen, but you were in a decent vein of form. It's like, wow, like how the fuck did that happen? That's humiliating. Like that really can never happen.
It was something that was going for a while.
So we lost to Villa at home. We lost to
Leicester on the road.
We drew Everton. A very injury-prone Everton side. And then got smoked by. And then and then Liverpool. And then in between that, there was Champions League matches against Villarreal and Atalanta that we were very, very fortunate to win.
Yeah, the late winners by Ronaldo. It wasn't a great October to forget.
But nothing's changing, man. He's so desperate. He's so desperate to keep his job game by game that he's now switched to a back five.
Yes. I don't know if that – so after the Liverpool game, there was a team meeting. And since that team meeting, the 2 games they played have been
the
back five.
Yes, but that's because we were leaking goals. But we're not going to play more attractive football. We're not going to actually utilize the talent that we have on this team and actually go on the front foot for the most part and actually take the match to lesser teams. I'm not saying do that against Liverpool. Technically, you're not even close to that. But tactically, with that squad, you should be able to go up against. You shouldn't have to set up and hit on the break against Villa. Look at what happened against Atalanta yesterday. Lucky to get a draw.
Lucky, very lucky.
Very lucky. Could have been. They could have won 4-1 or something like that, man.
Ronaldo's goal was the first shot on net. In the second half. His goal in the 91st was the only shot on net they had. Besides, actually, Donny van der Beek had a shot after, but up until then, they had no shot.
How do you like that? Okay, this fucking moron. He plays a back five, and he's still, even though there's 3 center backs there now, and two wing backs, he still can't give Donny a chance in the midfield. Like, I don't know if he has in his head that. I thought maybe he had in his head that McTominay or Fred were, actually like better defensively, and just with only 2 center backs, that's why he maybe set up. Clearly not. There's just nothing for Van der Beek in this team. And what happens? He brings on Van der Beek and Sancho with 5 in the 86th minute.
Yeah,
I think.
something like that.
It's like utterly fucking pointless. And actually, you know what? Van der Beek is actually the one who gets the ball in the box that leads to Greenwood flipping it up to Ronaldo. So like he's involved there. And then right after that, Sancho feeds Van der Beek and he gets like a half chance up.
Yeah. But he needed to score that for maybe 5 more minutes the next game. But he didn't score that chance, so he's going to be on the bench.
I know. He kind of fluffed. He's like falling away. It's a nice little play too.
No, it's tough, man. I don't know what to say. I think a manager change would be good, but now
that Conte's gone?
Conte was linked with him, and now...
Spurs won El Sackico. They lost the match, but they won in the long... No, it's this thing. I'm watching that match, and I can't bring myself to cheer against United, during it. But in the long run, Spurs have won.
If Spurs had won that match 2-0...
Or if they won it all. If they won it all, I think Ole would actually win 5.
Really?
I think so. I think the pressure
ahead of this derby, the Man City derby, even though he does well against Man City.
Man, there's no way this is happening again.
But would you really?
I keep saying that.
But would you change the manager before Man City?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
I don't know. But
what's the point of
after that Liverpool loss? Obviously, they were linked with Conte, and Conte was saying, "I'd be happy to take the job if I don't know if Conte pulled like a Ronaldo, what he did in the summer with linked with City, and then United signs him, and then so he was linked with Man U, so Tottenham signs him, right? That could have been a thing. I think that's actually a thing.
What that Conte wanted Spurs?
No, Conte, Spurs and him were in contacts before Nuno was hired in the summer.
Yes. Yeah.
But they didn't meet his demands.
Yeah. No.
They lose to Man U in embarrassing fashion. Tottenham, that is.
It's even embarrassing. That's another thing. United didn't play that. They didn't even play well in that match.
They played better.
Tottenham were terrible.
Yeah.
Tottenham were terrible.
Exactly.
But that's the thing. It's like
they didn't have a shot on goal, did they?
But as a United fan, maybe not actually. But as a United fan, when I see that match, I'm like, wow, they won 3-0. Spurs were shockingly bad, and like this is like gloss. This is just gloss for some United fans. The board's like, oh look, they won 3-0.
Yeah, but that's
they switched this back up, and what else happens? What the fuck else happens? He's so desperate to really tighten up the back, which frankly with that team they should have been leaking goals the way they had been anyway. 4-2-3-1 is plenty enough defensive, and they couldn't. They conceded 15 goals before that Spurs match. Okay, and he needs a back three, and he needs the back three so badly to stop leaking these goals that he brings Varane back. Varane wasn't even supposed to be ready to play against City.
Yeah.
And so he plays a week earlier against Spurs, and then he starts again
in midweek against
Atlanta. He's done in 20 minutes. And he's out for a month now.
Oh, it's official? It's a month now?
It's poor. It's just poor management.
Wow.
It's poor fucking management. Maguire, too. Maguire looks like utter shit. And you know what? Part of that is also him. He looks kind of bad before his original injury, but he gets rushed back too. He gets put in against that Leicester match. It's fucking terrible, man. It's just horrible.
He doesn't have faith in the players he doesn't believe in.
Look at what Bailly did yesterday.
I know.
We would have fucking lost. We would have got smoked without Bailly.
Well, is that enough? Well, Bailly has to play now. Or actually,
Bailly played well in a run last year too.
Actually, it might just be.
Bailly was. Honestly, when we were making that little title run, early title run in January. No, in January, man. Bailly was in there, man. Big block against Villa. He had a stretch of matches because Lindelof was out.
True.
And yeah, sure enough, once Lindelof's healthy, even though Bailly's actually been a stalwart, nothing. Well, he's just so stubborn, and he picks shitty fucking players too. Terrible pairings. Get him out. Get him the fuck out.
You're 100% Ole out.
I said this since Everton. I said that.
Yes, but
I haven't wavered. I was giving him this long, basically until Everton match, if things weren't going that well, to see if he was really sticking with McTominay and Fred. That was the crux, because the rest of that team, he can't not pick certain players. It had to be Varane. It couldn't be Lindelof and Maguire anymore, right? It had to be Varane and Maguire.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, fine. But the fact that results weren't coming, and both those two, the heart of the midfield, playing like utter shit, and he persists with them, and we're not getting any points after Everton was done.
It's I think you guys are going to stick with him for a bit now.
I think so. I think you're right. I absolutely think you're right. He should be gone after Sunday. International break, perfect opportunity. Who's left?
But do you think he's going to go with a 5-3-2 again?
Yes.
Again?
With Bailly
Lindelof and Maguire?
Why not?
And then Shaw, Wan-Bissaka,
Fred and McTominay.
Pug
was suspended, so.
Fernandez, and then Rashford and Ronaldo, or Ronaldo and Cavani?
I would use Rashford, even though Rashford's quite infuriating. The pace of Rashford, because we'll be so reliant on hitting on the break, Rashford will be more effective than Cavani.
I don't know. I see you guys not. I think you guys are going to get shut out.
So do I.
I think you guys are going to get shut out.
I agree.
I think the magic against City has faded.
Absolutely. Listen, let's talk about something like the certain Ole magic that he's had in his tenure. Which so City magic, yes. There was that time when he was very good against the big six, but he was shit against the rest of the league, right? That's gone. The City Magic has yet to fade, but I agree with you. I think it's done this weekend. Also, his bounce back. Like he's in a tough spot. Like this is probably at least the third time that he's been.
Yes, backs against the wall.
Yes, and that's gone. Leicester proved that. Yeah. And then Liverpool happened.
I don't know. Cities. It should be straightforward. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
We didn't really indulge in Conte for Tottenham.
Conte, yeah. I think it's a great sign.
It's not. It's gonna take some time. I think the first month is going to be very tough for the players, but I think they'll get on afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be sort of similar to how actually it was kind of opposite when Mourinho came mid-season. They won their first 3 games, but they were conceding a lot, and then they went through a little rough patch, and then they ended the season sort of strong. Mm-hmm. They were scoring, right?
Yeah,
because they were winning. They won 3 in a row, but they gave up 2 goals.
Considering picking up Son.
I already have him. I was going to drop him.
You're going to drop him? I was going to pick him up.
I was going to drop him, then they got Conte. I'm like, okay, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I used my transfer elsewhere. But I was going to drop him.
Yes. That I agree with. But now it's Conte's, and that's why I'm like, there's got to be a bit of bounce here.
Well, it's going to be similar because he's going to have his players, and players are going to have to win him over, and he's not a coach that usually gets... Oh, Son and Kane are shoo-ins, right? Yeah.
Okay, so
we're talking about the rest of the players.
So this is what I want to ask you. Okay, who? Because I got a couple players. Who gets another chance under Conte?
Another chance?
Yeah.
I don't. A lot of people are saying Dele Alli. It won't be.
No,
he's a horrible practice player.
No. Who's saying that? Who's saying Dele Alli?
A lot of people are saying.
There's a lot of people online.
I read, they're like, this is a good chance for Ali. I'm like, from what I've read from Ali, he's a horrible practice player, and Conte's all over practice. Yeah. So it's not going to be him. Maybe Bergwijn. I can see him being used as a wing back, sort of.
In that 3-5-2?
Yeah, as a wing back. Like a Victor Moses. Like, when he was with Inter, like an Ashley Young type of deal. But Højbjerg's a shoe-in, I think.
I think so too. For me, and Ndombele.
He gets but he's still playing.
He hasn't played, but you know what? I think he was playing because Lo Celso was hurt.
And so now,
Lo Celso came back, and now Nuno's gone. Sure, but I think all 3 of them can play in the midfield. If you play 3-5-2, I think that's your mid. I think it's Højbjerg, Lo Celso. For me, it's Højbjerg, Lo Celso, and Ndombele. Although Skip was playing like every match under.
So those 3 in the middle.
Yes,
and then the wing backs can
Reguilon and other. For me, I said Moura, but I think Bergwijn actually is in a bad shape.
I don't think Moura can play the wing back. I think Bergwijn can play the wing back.
He's got more defensive.
Yeah, I think
than Moura.
And then,
so you think Moura gets benched to the bench? Which, he's always been.
Does he even stick with the 3-5-2?
Well, I consider it a 3-4-3.
Because if it's 3-4-3, then Moura's up top with Son.
Yes, exactly.
Right, but if it's 3-5-2, I don't see Moura on the field.
Right.
So, even though I like Moura and I think he should be starting,
he's a good impact. In
that formation, he can't play wing back.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
No, that's fair. So you think Bergwijn? Bergwijn is more suited for that. So if you do the 3-4-3, we have that front 3. I agree with that. Who's going in
beside
Højbjerg? Is it Lo Celso? Is that enough defensive
for me? I would put Ndombele over Lo Celso. That's just me. But if you're going to do 3-4-3, you might have Lo Celso there for reassurance of the defense, right? Because you're having that extra person up top and not like the 3-5-2 and having the 5 in the midfield.
Ndombele's good defensively as well.
He is good. I would like him there. Yeah. But I would maybe the first few games I could see it being Lo Celso.
Who's the back? So I have. It's weird. It's all right footers there.
What they're saying. It's probably gonna be Sanchez, Dyer, and Romero.
I go Tanganga, Sanchez, Romero. Mostly because I can't. Eric Dyer's done. He's done. Come on. This is yet another manager. Stop persisting with him. Just stop. Just give it up.
I don't think he's gonna want to shake things up too much.
Why? That's not even a big shakeup. Eric Dyer to the bench. Marino's done that even though he loved Dyer for a bit.
He might even put Dyer beside Højbjerg.
No, bring him back. Bring him back to the mid. Wow.
He might.
Could you imagine? And then what? And then
I think Dyer's in the starting 11. Do I agree with it? No, but I think he has to.
Conte's too smart for that. Conte's too good for that. I think Dyer's gonna be. If Conte is the man I think he is, the serial winner that he is and self-proclaimed,
he likes to have a good.
Drop him back. You drop him to the bench.
So who's going to be the center back that's playing the ball? Because he in the 3-5-2 formation, he likes the center back to move up and play the
How's
long
Romero
balls.
on the ball?
That's what I'm thinking. It has to be Dyer. It has to be. He's the best. He's the best playing center back, and that's the type of center back. Because he went with
match called me.
With goes the
I don't know. Yeah.
It's still red up there though.
It's still playing. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe just don't answer and it doesn't interrupt.
It's done.
Oh, it's done. Yeah, it interrupted.
I forgot to call Matt. Fuck.
But
yep. Okay.
With before it'll be a month for the.
Right?
But when Conte had the Chelsea team, it was David Luiz who was the integral center back. That had it, right? So
that's a detriment. You know, in that case, you know, everyone's kind of speculating, like, you know, who does Conte get in January? Daniel Levy's downplayed
transfer.
Any kind of transfer to a spree, which I think is fair. You don't need a spree. It's got to be something.
No,
honestly,
it doesn't have to be
a ball playing center back is probably what they got to move for. If that's the case, if Eric Dyer's one you rely on, fucking get another one there.
But you can't just get him out of nowhere.
Nah, I'll think of it. I'll mull it over. I'll have a realistic list of 3 for you next week.
The question I'm going to have to end off with Conte and Tottenham is the Conte signing enough to take.
Sorry, what about Emerson Royal though? He might be good on the wing.
Oh, he might be the wing back.
What about Doherty? Does Doherty make a comeback? He couldn't under Nuno. That's telling to me though. Is the fact that he couldn't get back under Nuno. So
he must be a very bad practice player, or have something.
Something's up.
I don't know. Yeah. I didn't even think about that he hasn't even been playing, even with the manager who gave him pretty much all the spotlight and attention.
Yeah,
but he did have a great season to be in his defense. But
he did. No, he was key for Wolves.
Oh yeah,
he was key for until he left. Yeah, for sure. But it's the fact that he just didn't get back under Nuno, which is kind of like
something wrong. Yeah,
something must be up. But Royal.
It's probably Royal. I completely forgot about Emerson Royal.
Yeah.
Is this enough? Is this signing enough for them to compete for Europa League and maybe secure it? Like
what? Spurs?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
100%.
I'm saying United better fucking watch out for top 4. Yeah. I still think United's good enough. The team is good enough to carry Ole to top 4, whereas Conte can drag Spurs to top 4. But I think they're for Europa.
For Europa. Because that's
absolutely. Kane's gonna have a new lease on life. Kane's been so disinterested.
Is he gonna have a new lease on life?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm hoping because he knows he's stuck there for at least the year.
Yes.
So but like the Nuno thing was just a fail. Like so many we called it. So many people were like, why the discount Mourinho?
It was just the fact that they said they want to play more attractive football, and they got someone who plays less attractive football.
Even than Mourinho. Yeah. But everyone was rejecting them, right?
Yes. But do you think he's going to put Son and Kane together in the 2?
Yes.
And hope that it's like a Lukaku Martinez combination?
Yeah. I've been trying to figure like.
Son, no defensive.
How am I going to get both?
I'll just keep one for now. And who's the last? You covered all of them. Yeah, Nuno. Where does he go from here?
I've been thinking about that, and I'm struggling. Where was he before Wolves? Is my question. I forget. Let me see if I can pull that up. Just so I can get. I just want to get like a feel.
Championship side?
No, Wolves was the championship side.
Wait, does he go back and start over again?
No, I don't think he has to go that far. I think he would probably go elsewhere. Like,
does he go to El Saad if Xavi leaves?
No, Espirito. Santo. He was at Porto for a year. He was at Valencia for a year. Little short stints in Rio Avenue.
So he'll probably go back to Portugal.
Portugal is, obviously, but like, you know what? If I'm Nuno, I just don't want to jump right back there.
Give yourself an
especially break. If it's not one of the big 3 in Portugal. You know what I mean? So if it, I'd even take a role in France or something. You know,
with who?
Honestly, man, Lille.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Lille, that could be a big win they had
against Sevilla.
Yeah,
it was a nice win against
Sevilla.
Sevilla.
Comeback win.
It was surprising, but you know what? Whoever Lille brought in there, I'm not really. I was looking, I'm like, they lost the week compo.
Well, it's working for Jonathan David because he's scoring like crazy. But everyone else, their defense is what got them the championship, and their defense has been leaky.
And look what Nice is. Yes, and Nuno could. If Lille struggle, I'm just gonna put this on there. If Lille struggle, at kind of as they have been until January.
Why? But if you're Lille,
bring in Santo.
Why would you bring in Santo?
Because it fits that formula of how you won a year ago.
Not for me, Lille. I think they can do better.
It's fair. It is fair. But I mean, who the hell's their guy? He managed Guingamp for a bit. I thought they could have done better when they lost Galte, but they went for this guy. I don't know.
We'll see.
This guy whose name I forget because it seems very inconsequential to me.
Nuno, I'm gonna say it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. He only
took the job.
Yeah,
he only had 3 months. Yeah.
But I know, but it's like he walked into a team that was already disgruntled with the Kane situation. Sure. He has no control over that, and it lingered on into the dressing room, right? Because he missed a few games because of fitness, and now it's like, oh, he's Kane, he has to start, and it's like, why? It disgruntled the team. I don't think that's his fault entirely.
No,
I feel bad.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Lock.
Should we do the lock? Okay.
Let's do the lock. Who do you have?
City.
Me too. Should I tease it? Should I tease it? City only team to score?
No, City and both teams to score. No.
Yeah.
No, I was just taking City straight up.
Okay, so
I can't see this Manchester United team beating.
You know what?
City.
Fuck it. I'm gonna tease it. I'm gonna tease it up, which I'm gonna imagine gets me to 2 points. I'm assuming those odds are over because they're 1.66 to win.
City are?
Yes.
I thought they really. That's bad. I thought they were. And they're on the road.
Yes.
So they'd be like 1.17.
No, that'd be like 1.3.
No, if they're 1.66 on the road,
they'd be like 1.3.
No, are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm absolutely not.
They'd be 1.2, man. They'd be 1.2. They couldn't be more than that.
Well, that's fair. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Oh my god,
it's 1.6, right? Okay, so can you check how much it is City and only team to score? Because I'll tease it up just for some disparity.
Result in both teams to score?
What? No. What? City and City's the only team to score.
Yeah. Result. City and both teams to score. No.
Yes.
So it's 3.25.
Ooh, give it to me. All right, I'm going for the 3 points. I'm going for the 3 points. Let's go.
Okay. I'm just sticking with City.
Yeah, I know.
That was they. Okay. I can't see unless the only way Man United win is they somehow keep a clean sheet and Ronaldo
Nick stems on the break and Ronaldo puts team on his back. City have an off day. City off day is it's obviously an option, but honestly, this is the way that always actually pulled it over on Pep the last a number of times. It's come on, Pep can't have this anymore. Pep can't see Klopp do this to us and not win.
Yeah, true. If you guys hadn't signed Ronaldo, Ole probably could have been out by now.
If we didn't have Ronaldo.
Yeah, if you didn't
have
De Gea.
Think what's De Gea's done.
Yes, but the points that you somehow salvaged.
Mostly, yeah. Mostly in Champions League
You guys
Ronaldo's been. I know.
He's Mr. Champions League for a reason.
Yes, he is. The Cristiano League.
No, it's just Mr. Champions League. Just
right.
Mr. We're going with the fantasy.
Fantasy. Okay, my savvy. I'll go first. For savvy,
yeah, sure.
Savvy. I have Tielemans against Leeds. He's been banging them in. He's a great player. Such a good player. And honestly, again, he's fucking bored.
United won him.
He was waiting for us. The year we were so fucking hell-bent on getting Maguire, which we ended up paying. We're like, no, no, we don't need you. We're gonna get Maguire instead. And it's like, all right, okay, so I'm gonna go to Leicester now. Great player. And Leeds. They just love to. They're a lot better defensively with Llorente and Phillips, and both of them are healthy, so that's big. But So they do play less exposed when those two are around, but they do like to give up goals to midfielders. I noticed. So fucking McTominay scored a brace against. Yes, he did. Fred scored against him in the first week.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Tielemans might get a hat trick.
That is true. My captain is from that game.
Okay.
My savvy pickup, someone I have on my team. I might have used him before, but
it's fine.
I'm using Wang. He's good.
He's good.
He's very good.
It was very odd to me with him is that when he was in Salzburg,
he was with that trio of Minamino
and Holland. He was big. He was a big part of it. And the January when Holland left and Minamino left, he almost went to Wolves then.
Oh, really?
Yes. And it fell through, and I don't know if he left that January. He left to Leipzig in the summer, but it just never worked.
Goal disallowed over the Monday. Yeah, but
he's still there.
He's still making chances.
Yes,
and I loved him. I love him ever since I picked him up, and he's come off my bench twice to give me points when he scored. So I'm not complaining.
So. You just benching, he's been coming on for
yeah. He's coming on to save me.
Dude, I like. This is after I substituted like the people that I could have put in. I left 17 points on the bench last week.
Oh, dude, I didn't even check. I
just checked myself. I don't check the standings anymore.
I knew. I've lost 4 in a row, I think.
Yeah, I'm ahead of you.
I know. I'm 5th.
I'm heading to the league, but like he must be still smoking me. Like
the regular, yeah.
I
was after last week when I lost to Yop. I was like Yop had 113, I had 100, and the next closest person 80. I'm like, I face anyone else except for Yop, I gotta win.
And easy, comfortable. Oh god, Keelan has 2-2 scoring. Get out of here.
My captain,
yes.
From the Leeds Leicester game is Vardy.
I figured
it's been a few games now that Daka is asserted himself as like a potential starter, and the pressure's on him, right? I know he's had a little knock.
Who is on pressure's on Vardy?
He's not the.
I think the pressure's on Iheanacho.
Yes, but Iheanacho hasn't been bad either. He's been contributing to assists. Very good scoring opportunity. Him and Daka, Iheanacho and Daka together look, I think. Probably the best partnership out of the
fair
3.
Enough. That's fair.
So I think Vardy's going to have something to prove.
Sure.
I'm still going to be captaining Salah because I think I might just captain Salah for the rest of the season in my actual fantasy. But I'm putting Vardy as my vice.
Okay. And who's your captain?
Well, yeah,
just for some parity.
I'm not going to honestly. I'm going to be captaining Salah for the next month, unless gets injured in international duty or something. But my vice is going to be Vardy this week.
My captain, big game player, if you want to call this a big game, that's debatable, is Phil Foden.
Ooh, he was my other vice captain. But he always scores against big teams. He always does. He scored today again. That's a good pick. I feel as though this is going to be a boring 1-2 game. But
City?
Yeah.
I'm going 2-3 now. I'm not saying it might be boring, but I'm going 2 or 3 now.
I think it's going to be 0-0 at half.
Spurs United was boring as fuck. It ended up 3-0.
What a goal by Ronaldo.
Amazing. Which one? Which one? Which was what a goal by Ronaldo? Which fucking one? I know you're talking about Spurs, but like Atlanta, like just pulling shit out of his ass for Ollie.
I know.
He's our manager.
Ronaldo? Just give him the ball.
Also, why is Maguire still our captain? Can we stop this, please? Can we please stop this charade?
I'll show you a video later on about that. That's hilarious. You remind me after the pod.
All right. Okay.
Are we going straight into the match?
What? Previous?
I guess we recap Champions
League.
We talked about some games, but we didn't really recap it.
PSG can fucking blow me.
But you got the draw against Atalanta. That's big. You stay top of the group.
Yeah. Well, those guys can blow me too.
You get more money if you make the round of 16.
United, that is. I don't get shit, right? They should fucking PSG United fucking cost me $1,400.
Unless you guys want to get knocked out and go to Europa League, and then finally get it.
God!
And then
Could you imagine Ronaldo in Europa League? Don't play me.
He wouldn't play. He wouldn't play. No,
he wouldn't play. He wouldn't.
That's the funny thing.
And there's enough depth where it's like, oh yeah, like we should Cavani should start this match. Like Ronaldo, don't even name me to the bench. Don't name me to the bench. Name me to the bench, fine. Never call upon me. Never.
No, I don't even think you need to say, yeah, I'm injured. I'm not traveling with the team.
Every Thursday. What day of the week is Thursday? I've never played on before in my life.
No, but it was a big draw.
It was. Could you imagine if they lost? They had to go to Villarreal to win.
This week was I guess it was
What?
It just in general, right? Like, no, not for good. It's good. It was for
we're more
watching.
Or less safe. We're more or less safe from Europa League now.
Yeah, a draw against Villarreal should be enough.
Magical goal. It was amazing.
Unless if young boys do you home and away, which could be.
I think we'll destroy young boys.
I hope you do
at home. But unfortunately, I was watching Ajax.
We shouldn't say that.
Dude, I was watching Ajax.
We should never say we should destroy young boys ever again.
We should. That can get clipped.
I know.
I didn't say smash.
I know. But we'll destroy young boys.
I didn't say we'll smash them. But now, actually, that can't be clipped now. Because you just remember that I didn't say, and then it's like,
true.
Smash young
boy. Clip it just before.
Smash young boy. Smash young boy. Smash. It's just stupid. I was watching what? Well, I'm just gonna talk about what I watched. I'm pissed that PSG fucked me. Obviously, Dominic Szoboszlai. Obviously,
does a great pen.
Of course, it was. I haven't seen the highlights because Des hasn't signed up yet, but I'm not surprised.
Great pen.
Because Andre Silva missed one against Donnarumma earlier.
Yeah, they could have been up 2-0. 12 minutes in.
But I see Szoboszlai scoring. Like, Szoboszlai would. I'm sure.
He missed the sitter, but scored a PK.
It's okay. I'm sure it was a great pen. The guy's classy. But I watched Ajax Dortmund today, and Ajax are great. That said, Michael Oliver, no idea what the hell this guy's doing refereeing a Champions League match. No clue.
Oh, is he?
He reffed that match, and it was
awful.
It was terrible. The red card against Hummels, Antony makes a meal of it. He looks at VAR, still nothing. Like Hummels kind of comes through.
So he called the red card on the field. That's why.
Yes,
that's
why.
Like,
he kind of comes through him. I get that, but you have to see where
the second offender was.
Where Antony was when he comes through him. Antony just totally hands it up, and so Oliver sticks with it. And then you can call it a makeup call, whatever. But 5 minutes later, Jude Bellingham gets brushed.
Oh, and that's why they got the penalty.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it.
And he didn't call on the field, and he didn't call on the field.
So is he top? Isn't Kevin Friend the top? Who's the top English EPL? Or
I don't know. I actually don't mind Kevin Friend.
Or is it Mike Dean? He's not. It's not
Mike Dean.
But is it Kevin Friend?
It might be. Maybe it's Kevin Friend. Maybe
that's what I would say, right? But I guess they still get two for Champions League.
I cannot really name. Kevin Friend's decent, but I cannot really name a good English ref. Anthony Taylor, joke.
Oh, it's actually Anthony Taylor. It's definitely Anthony Taylor. It's Anthony.
Him and Mike Dean are probably the worst. Michael Oliver's
it's Anthony Taylor. Now
I can't think of a good English ref since Mark Clattenburg.
Just because he's.
No, Clattenburg was a good ref. That was a crowning achievement for me. I was but what he did that to Pepe, that's one of my favorite moments in football. Actually, I have to say.
But Pepe's a great though. Pepe got the last laugh.
Ajax were really poor. Obviously, second half. They had all of the ball, but they couldn't string together. They couldn't string anything together. Eventually, they broke them down. Eventually, and it was Anthony Magic. Essentially, 3 assists by him. The guy's phenomenal.
Amazing.
The guy's phenomenal.
He's a great dribbler.
Yes, he is, and he was doing so much. But Davy Klaassen comes on in the second half. He scores the 3rd goal from Antony. But my God, he was abysmal. Just getting everyone's way. Passes.
It's a sign of a good team though, playing bad and still getting results.
Absolutely.
And they are. I think they're one of the best 8 teams in the world right now.
I agree. I think they're a total dark horse to win. To win champs.
They're a legit dark horse. Yeah.
I actually back them. I do back them. I really think.
Back them as much as FC Sheriff, or.
Well, it's a good run.
It's not over yet, man. There's still 2 games. They can beat Real Madrid again.
Beat Shakhtar. And we'll talk. But I generally do.
This guy said it's a great run, like it's over.
I understand. So. Europa League's theirs, though. But I generally, I'm considering I wouldn't. They're paying 22-1 right now. I don't hate it.
They're playing great ball.
They are the Bayern Munich. They're like the poor man's Bayern Munich, but the middle class man's Bayern Munich. That's
the middle class Bayern.
That's what they are.
That's a good one. What I've gained from this round is fixtures. is that there's a class of probably 4 teams, and everyone else is a ways behind, I think.
Okay, so you have Bayern, Ajax.
Okay, maybe 5 teams. City.
Chelsea, Liverpool. Liverpool's got to be one.
Yeah, Liverpool,
Chelsea.
Bayern.
Still Chelsea?
Man City. It's still Chelsea. Yeah,
Chelsea.
They're going to win the group, even though they're behind Juve right now. They're going to smash Juve at home.
Ah, stop.
2-0.
Okay.
All they did was win by 2 goals, and they win the group.
We said last time. When reverse fixture.
Oh, yes, but like, have you seen? We haven't even talked about Juve, and thank God we haven't. But Juve definitely losing round of 16. I'll tell you that.
So you have the 3 English teams.
Bayern.
We're talking United, obviously. And Bayern and Ajax.
Ajax is probably 5th or 6th, but
Real's up there for me.
No, not for me. Those 4 teams, the 3 English teams, and Bayern and PSG, obviously, that's the other team I'm talking about. That's those I know because just because talent alone will always have them winning a game.
What about United? United have plenty of talent.
Anyways, those 5 teams that I mentioned are a class above everyone else, and the winner will be one of those plus Ajax.
I don't mind Ajax.
No one else is going to come close.
I wish PSG fucking.
Atletico showed me today that they're not.
Man, come on, we knew Liverpool was crushing them.
I thought they
Did
put
you
up
not bet
more
on
of a
Liverpool?
fight.
You must have.
I'll explain that later. I tried to, but
okay.
Because they've been giving me my red hot cash out early for like the last 2 weeks.
And they would have done it again.
They would have done it again.
20 minutes done.
But I had to get my password reset, and of course, when Bet365 resolved it, was 402. I was like, I can still bet on them, but I won't get the 2-goal automatic thing. I'll have to watch it for the rest.
But they were winning. They were going to win that match. It was a lock.
I know, but I like doing it before the match, knowing I can get the
at Atletico in Madrid. It was a lock, man.
But they almost blew it. What are you talking about?
I know, but they took it too long.
I thought that would give Atletico too much, right? If it wasn't, anyways. But those 5-6 teams, head and shoulders above everyone else, and I just hope that the road ahead has them all lined up in the top 4. I don't want them having to face each other in the rest of 16 or quarters, and I want the last 4 to be one of those, all 4 of those teams. 4
of those 6.
Yeah.
Well, United
though. They have Mr. Champions League, but he can't do anything.
What about you? I know.
Don't get
That's completely the question.
I know we're the only team that shows up in Europe apparently, but everyone at Milan, they're out.
That's okay.
Inter have life.
AC are focusing on Scudetto.
Atalanta might not.
AC does not. Zlatan might be a little bit fussed, but
it's blessing in disguise for them.
Absolutely.
But going into the match, they said we're going to win this for the fans, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah,
so they're out. See you later. They're not even going to be in Europa League, which is even better for them now, because all they have to do is focus on Syria.
Which is what Inter did last year.
Yeah, and doesn't look like it's going to be at the moment. I don't Inter. It could be Napoli, Milan, one of those 2.
I think it is.
And it's.
I think it's AC. I think it's AC, man. I think I want to put on AC right now.
As long as Juve makes Conference League, I'll be happy. At this point.
All right. Okay. Save your tears, Mike. Save your tears.
What are your thoughts on the Champions League this week, or in general?
Anything I was surprised by? Anything that I was particularly surprised by? Annoyed United didn't win, but not surprised that they didn't. I thought maybe that there could have been just the way the Atalanta play. We could have kind of hit them on the break, which is what we love, but that really didn't happen at all. We were very, very fortunate.
Unfortunate Gosens is injured, or else
I
think they probably would have got a result both
and
games.
It doesn't even matter. Yeah, seriously.
I think he's come back after.
They should have got results.
He's still going to miss Germany international.
You know what? What's interesting though is that Sporting's right back in that group. Ajax did Dortmund both times. Going into the Sporting versus Besiktas, Ajax versus Dortmund.
They're both on 6 points now, right?
Yeah, it was 6 for Dortmund and nothing for Sporting.
Yeah.
And yes, okay, you've gotten Besiktas out of the way, but they handled Besiktas both times.
Yeah.
And
now it's
now the pressure's on. And there's probably no Holland still. Most likely, Holland is not back
until January, right? That's what I've heard.
I'm hearing conflicting reports.
December, January.
I've heard even late November. maybe December, and then but also January latest. Yeah. So, who knows?
It's his hip. It's a hip. Is that what it is?
Or is it quad?
It's quad. It doesn't look like that guy can ever get injured. The way he leaps after he scores.
But he's always hurt.
He plays hurt though. He always plays hurt and still scores.
It's a problem.
It is.
What else? Sheriff, good run. But hey, we'll still see him in
Europa League.
Europa. Honestly, actually, in the other Europa Champions League group, completely flipped it yesterday. Wolfsburg and Lille pick up those wins, and Sevilla's bottom of the barrel. But Sevilla are 0-3-1 that group, and they just got to win, and the other match goes their way, and they're back in second. That group's wide open.
What is it? 7-5-5
3?
3, yeah.
Yeah,
so that was always the weakest group going into it, right?
It was, but that to me and the Dortmund Ajax group were up there for most intriguing groups. You can't say that. Sure. Who's gonna come out of it?
I figured Dortmund and Ajax would, but with the other group, I literally had no idea. I could have rolled the dice and said, "All right, these are my two teams. I'll throw them rolling with," and I would have been completely happy.
Yeah, I would have taken away Lille just because of what was going on with them. But other than that, the other three, I don't know. All right, previews.
Yeah.
Everton Leeds.
Oh, so we're closing with the derby. Oh, okay. We'll close the derby.
Let's close the derby. I know it's really based on these matches. Let's just do that. Everton Leeds. Sorry, Everton Spurs. Pardon me. It was Leeds Leicester. It's Everton Spurs.
I'm gonna say Everton. Only because it's the first game. I don't know what to expect out of Spurs. I was leaning towards a draw, but I think Conte's too fresh. It wouldn't have been. It would have been what he started training today, and they're off playing Conference League tomorrow, right?
Hey, that's maybe not a bad thing. Actually,
but it's not.
Match in there.
But it's it's going to be for the reserves anyways, right? Because it's really for the Premier League. Right? He doesn't give a crap with this Conference League, right?
No,
so whatever team they field would make it clear what his starting 11 is going to be, I think. But it was always going to be a rotated squad. I don't know how he's going to line up. I don't know how they're going to do. And Everton, they've had injury problems, but I still think they can win this game 2-1. I don't think Spurs are going to be able to adapt to Conte's tactics this quickly. I was leading on 1-1 the whole time, but I'm going to change it to 2-1 Everton just because Everton's at home, right?
Yep.
The only reason, and this will be this is the one time, this is good for Everton because obviously they're fighting for Europa League, realistically, right? Or the Conference League.
I feel like some of them
they're fighting for 7th or 8th.
I feel like some of those players are just on Spurs are just thirsting for a tactical shift, and there's going to be that bounce. I'm going with the bounce for sure.
For sure?
Yeah, and I see what you're saying where,
Conte's a demanding coach.
Yeah.
And you just can't learn that overnight. Yeah. And that's pretty much what this match is, right? It's on the Sunday, right?
Yes.
Good. But overall, long term, yes, Spurs are going to get better. But just not right away. It's going to be, I think, a rough first 2 games, and then that's when we'll start seeing consistency from Spurs and the true 11 and how their game style will reflect going forward. But they still have to figure out who's going to be their guys in which.
Chelsea did get up to a bit of a rough start when he first came in. First month or two, and then they went on the 15-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Which was.
It's demanding, right? That's why, and I think Everton. Results haven't been going their way, but they haven't been playing horribly. And I think when you look at the grand scheme, at the long-term picture, they're going to see themselves, we should be near Spurs, right? And preferably we want to finish ahead of them. And this is the time to strike. This is the time to strike, right? Because these are points that we won't be able to make up later on. And they have a new coach, so this is the time to pounce on them. So I'm going 2-1 Everton.
3-1 Spurs.
3-1, eh?
Yeah.
Son hat-trick.
Hopefully. Foden 4 goals. He's my captain.
Are you captaining him?
Foden?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just captain Salah like everyone else.
I'm captaining Foden. That's how fed up I am with United. That's how fed up I am.
Everyone else is
captain. Watch Fortnite not even start. I don't even care.
I haven't moved my captain off Salah the last 3 weeks.
I'm always bouncing around. West Ham, Liverpool. Speaking of Salah, I don't know. It's a little. I had one against them.
Brighton. I know. I was watching that game.
2-0. Listen, we haven't knocked Brighton at all, but it's like, come on, like 2-0 at home to Brighton. It's an odd one.
It was an odd one, and Lallana had a great game because I think that was a goal rush game. That's why I was watching it, and it was almost 3-0. For a moment, it was 3-0, but the ball went off Mane's hand.
Offside, yeah.
And then after that, it was all Brighton. It was like literally after that moment, it was all Brighton.
Well, man, did you see Brighton against City the week before?
The second half, they came out good, but the first half they were awful. I'm like, this might end up 5-6-0, and I'm like, Foden, please score more. And they didn't touch the ball in the second half, Man City, until like the 85th, when Brighton were exhausted trying to come back. They got the penalty. Lamptey came on and he was amazing. It's still going to take time. I might get him in January, but give him time to get fitness back in.
Yeah, sure.
But West Ham, West Ham's finding their form again. They're in fourth, right? West Ham. They're tied with City, actually, aren't they?
I believe so.
Yeah, they're 6-3 or 6-2-2. Those were the record for 20 points, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. 2 points behind Liverpool. You know what really I don't like for this match is that it's kind of, to me, it's partly dependent on what happens in the Europa League tomorrow and what kind of squad rotation.
They're going to rotate the squad.
Yeah, but they better rotate. He has been doing a pretty good job with that, actually, I will say. But it's got to be key. Like, do not stretch yourselves thin. Where are they to? Please tell me you're at home. They're on the road, and in Belgium, it's not that bad. They're in Genk, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, but they'll probably start what? Their Yarmolenko.
Yes.
Exactly. Lanzini. So, they won't start Antonio.
So, for example, Rice has been playing there. Souček, though, that's the thing.
Souček, yes. Rice didn't play against Man City. Yeah, but I don't think he'll play. I think they'll be looking
against Man City. What are you talking
about? In the EFL, because they played midweek last week, right?
Right.
That's what I was referring to.
Diop.
Yeah. I think
they'll be rotation.
Be like their starting 11 will be rested for this Liverpool game. I think they will have some surprises throughout the year. This is not the game, though. Especially after Liverpool blew it against Brighton. Liverpool's winning this game. I'm going 3-1 Liverpool, and Salah better score 2 goals because he's my captain. Even though Vardy for this podcast, he's my captain, but Salah is my captain. He's not me.
I don't know. I think
3-1 Liverpool. The floodgates are going to be open.
2-all.
2-all, eh?
Again.
But then Antonio Brace too. I finally got rid of Ben Rama. Thank God. And now Ben Rama's going to score. Watch. That's how it
happens. The midfield battle is going to be very intriguing to me. Declan Rice, is he the real deal? And I've flip flopped a lot on him. When he first came to the league, like there was all this hype around him. So I was believing it's like then he's faded away. Then last year I saw it, and then he kind of faded again a bit for me.
He's in form now.
He's off to a great start, and he's doing everything.
The games that they've tied or lost, he hasn't played well, and that's key. That's indicative for the team.
Sure.
For me personally, I think him playing beside Souček, it seems to always start every game. Even I guess he doesn't get tired, but I think those two make everyone else around them better.
Oh, they're absolutely key to that team. And when they have to start selling, which might be this end of the season, you got to figure that they're going to have to reset. They have to reset.
They will make money and then spend it elsewhere. But West Ham's defense, I don't think is good enough yet to be able to stop that 3-headed monster.
That's fair.
And that 3-headed monster.
I still gave Liverpool 2 goals.
I don't think Liverpool.
Antonio likes to show up for big games too. Actually, I would say that he's been a big game guy.
Biggest dick in the league, right?
I think in the top 5. I think in football, actually, I believe. Rumor has it. And then you know what? United City, we summed it up. I'm gonna go a pessimistic 3-0.
I was gonna go 2-0, but it will be 1-0 until the end, and then they'll score. But I'm hoping it's done in the first.
You're saying 2?
2-0. Yeah.
I know it's funny that we said like, oh, we'll do the
we should have done
the Derby last, but we basically kind of covered it like earlier.
I can't believe they're.
The pace.
I honestly picked them as my lock without looking, because I'm like, there's no way it's under 1.5,
Sure.
but I thought it would be like 1.8, 1.9. I had realistically thought it would be 1.8.
It's very kind of you, sir.
But why are they 1.66 on the road?
You don't have to ask that question.
No, but like this makes me want.
Are you just trying to?
No, this makes me
sad,
want to bet on United.
A lock.
Is it though?
It is.
Last time, I remember
it's a lock.
2 seasons ago when they beat City 2-0
on the road.
Yeah, they were paying like 20 to 1, and I put like I put like $10. I look at my phone in 25th, and it's like, yeah, your bet's been paid out.
They were paying 21. They were paying like 10 to 1.
Oh, sorry, 10 to 1. It was 10 to 1. Sorry, no, but I was thinking of Sheriff.
You're so rude sometimes. Honestly, but like, man, Bailly has to start. I hope Lindelof's still hurt, because Bailly has to start this match. You need to have pace against this team.
But how is Liverpool against West Ham paying the same as City against Manchester? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't. They're both on the road. This is ridiculous.
It's not.
The odds have to change by then. They have to. I hope people are hammering Man U and they have to bump up City.
They won't.
But hopefully for your sake, it doesn't get out of hand. But I think it will be a cagey, boring game. It's going to be a boring game. I can already see it.
You know why? You know what the thing is? That you know who I'm talking about.
He's not Voldemort.
will not want to lose badly again.
It's going to be like 80-20 possession.
Yes, but he'll keep it at 3, maybe a respectable 3. Probably
that won't be respectable.
It's respectable
when
enough
you're on the hot
seat.
I know, but when you're on the hot seat, that's not respectable.
Man, honestly, if we're gonna lose,
that's not respectable.
Man, honestly, if we're gonna lose, if it gets to 2-0, I'm cheering for City.
Oh, just to pile it on?
Yes.
But who are you gonna get though? Conte's gone though.
Pay Ajax everything for Ten Hag, and offer Ten Hag 30 million a year. 100 million for Ten Hag.
It's too late now. Conte's off the table.
It's okay.
Tottenham pulled the Zizou, eh? You want him coming in?
I do, but he won't come.
Yeah, they're in shambles.
He won't come. There's no one else. Steve Bruce?
He's a nice guy.
Cabbage, apparently. Anyway.
No. Well, hopefully it's a good game for everybody. It's great to be back, everybody.
And maybe back on Monday. We'll see.
And then, don't worry. Next episode, we'll start off with ragging Juve. No one's forgot. They lost to Verona and Sassuolo. But the good thing is, my boy McKennie scored in both. He's back. He's won over Allegri, baby. He's back.
Sure.
As long as he's starting and not Bentancur, I'm happy.
Right.
I'm
happy. Yeah, that was probably true. Okay. All right, guys. I'm a little down right now. I'm just waiting for Sunday.
Hey, man, you have. Hey, you have more points.
No one. Can they bring Zidane? I don't think Zidane's interested in the job.
Did you think after 10 weeks you'd have more points than Juve?
Yes.
Really? Going into the season?
Of course. Look at our team.
But it's Serie A and us.
And you guys were trash last year.
You guys
were garbage. I did.
More trash
I did think that we'd have more points than you. Yes.
Yeah,
yes, I did. Yes, I did. I just didn't think that we'd both be this low.
What do you mean? We're low. We're in the bottom half of the table, man. What are you talking about? You're still in the top half.
Serie A's sick. It's an underrated league.
It is.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, we'll see you soon. See.
Oh, Max, you gotta stop doing that. Oh my God.